kills are in the top lane, right? Every single one.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's real bad for VP. Anytime you have the try versus try, Fada's dead in the mid lane, looks like.
Ooh, scream. That's good. That's what VirtusPro would really need. If Tame Wild would have lost his mid lane, I would have said, like, you know what? They can't really get back into this game, but right now they still can. If Tame Wild can keep rolling high here. Let's see if he gets lucky.
Yeah, it's kind of, there are similarities to the last game where they have this tri lane with a carry that's not really getting any farm, and they don't really care because they have the Nature's Prophet that's farming, they have the Queen of Pain that's farming. The difference this time though is Quakefa's farming on the Lifestealer, who is a carry that's farming, and Gyro is getting a ton of farm and a ton of kills. Black has not been shut down at all this game.
Not at all.
I don't know.
NS gets scouted out in the jungle, impales, attacks. Here comes a static link, but Illidan, he can't really do anything with this one. He has to back himself out. 4 heroes of Mousesports hanging around here. And I mean... Okay, it's 2 to 8, so at least VirtusPro got 2 kills, but Mousesports got 8 kills! 8!
8.
And
Yeah,
they
it's
might
only
get another
6
one. Actually, Arsar's able to TP out. Arsar rotated bottom.
I think he was just trying to pull, right?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know, but we do see Xe leaving on the lane, on the bottom lane, and gets himself a courier kill on the mid lane. Gets himself a sprout up of Fada. Fada has got a roar though. In comes the roar up on Tame Wild. Tries to TP himself out. Nice Nature's Wrath, and that's gonna be a kill going the way of Tame Wild still. So they're trying to at least make something happen. Turn the tides. The gold graph is going back towards their middle zero line again though. Same thing goes for the experience. The question is, did they not feed the gyrocopter too much?
Yeah, Black's Gyro is certainly usually very good. We'll see what he ends up going for. If he's going to rush Shadowblade this game for a very aggressive build. He already went for the phase boots, just because they're very good for what he was doing in this tri-lane versus tri-lane situation. Having that move speed pretty much guaranteed a lot of those kills. I don't know. It's going to be tough for VP to try and really come back when they're behind to a gyrocopter who's gotten like everything he could possibly want thus far.
Yeah. Treads up for Tame Wild, finds himself Cinderin. Cinderin that took his rune, even though he didn't really need it, but the regen rune at least being denied. Quakefa happily farming, 28 for 3. In the meantime, top lane, it comes a call down. Gale still hits though, but Black might be in some trouble. Tries to TP himself out, should be able to do just that. The scream, it might fly, but right this time that it hits, that already Mouse will be having where did that go?
It's still flying. It's in their base.
Oh, there it goes. Poof. It would have been a kill if she was there earlier.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it would have been close, to be sure. But she wasn't there, so I guess it's not super relevant. Quakefa's getting his damage stolen by Illidan again, but Illidan's overextending.
Yep. Infest out. He might not have attack damage, but Pass does. And Creeps take the last hit. A lot of attack damage stolen, but yeah. Doesn't really matter if there's more people around there, including Creeps. And if you can't use that attack damage to kill off someone else. So that's gonna be Razor. Shut down once more. Razor, who's got less farm. Let's support Rubik up on Mousesports side. Goldgraph going back to Mousesports again. Still fairly even though. I mean, this is really not big of a difference. It's just in terms of, you know, control of the game. It is Mousesports that's just very far ahead. Even though VirtusPro, they try. And they're gonna try again here in this middle lane. Xe TPing himself in. Gets himself Fada sprouted up. In comes the Sonic Wave. TP's come in though for Mousesports. They need to back out. In comes the Impale. Tame Wild out of mana. Still has a blink in a couple of seconds. In comes a low from a Gale from the low ground, but Pass stealing it. That's a good one. And that's going to be Quakefa running himself away past the tower. Should be able to live, even though a lot of attack damage was stolen. Yeah, they try. It's not really working out as strong as they were probably hoping it would be turning out to be.
Yeah, they're still mostly only getting these kills on Fada. It's really weird. 3 of the 4 deaths on the side of Mousesports are on Fada, and then there was that one in the top lane at level 1 that was on Rubik. Yeah. So it's kind of strange, but they are getting a lot of farm. VP are kind of winning the farm race in most of their lanes right now. That's why they're still not too far out of it in terms of gold, even with a 5 kill deficit. only 10 minutes in, but they need to kind of get some picks on these other heroes. Quick was starting to get shut down because Razor's a pretty bad matchup one-on-one, and once they're at like level 8.
Yeah. They are. VirtusPro is trying to do something top. Seeing if they can get something going here. We have got phase boots up on C. He's building towards the Hand of Midas still, I think, with that glove of haste that he has. Teemo Wild hasn't really been able to build anything just yet. Nobody really has built anything just yet because they've just been too shut down for it. And they're just gonna try to get themselves an extra edge by taking down enemy towers. And that might work. They have to be wary though that Mousesports will also be able to take towers for themselves and is actually this time in a position where they can fight back and actually win the fight as well.
Yeah, Mousesports aren't like super weak, can't possibly win a fight this game, whereas that was kind of the feeling they had last game.
Yeah.
They have a lot of AoE now. Gyrocopter, obviously, with Flat Cannon, Rocket Barrage, Call Down. He can do a lot of damage already, even without many items picked up. He's working towards that BKB. VP are kind of like smoked up here. It looks like they want to go for it.
Yeah, let's see if they can base something out. Let's see, here comes the Vendetta. See, you better run, you better be careful. Does run, is careful. Is no longer chased down. Arsart, what you doing there, buddy? In comes still the Vendetta and the Impale. Should have waited and done it on Arsart though, because now Synderen is going to be in a lot of trouble. He still has a Spike Carapace. Tries to TP himself out. Will not be able to do so though. Nature's Wrath picking him up. Rocket Barrage will clean out the NS Axe. And Arsart getting battle hungered by Pus, and might actually be enough to kill him. He tries to TP out, should be able to be safe in the base. In the meantime, mid lane, we'll be seeing Fada going down another time. Xi in some trouble though, will pay for that. And Koifa opens up and Teemo Wild gets forced away. Or does he? Nice regeneration rune for Teemo Wild. Wow. Koifa TPing himself out.
It doesn't want to get in a fight with Razor around. It's not an ideal fight for him by any means. Good regen rune for Teemo Wild to find though. Makes it so that all that mana and health that she had just lost gets back very quickly. Continue farming. Yep. Fada's still struggling quite a bit. It's not a particularly good matchup to be the Beastmaster playing against Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain has nukes. You don't have that many, and yeah, he's kind of getting punished as well by rotations. Coming towards this mid lane. Surviving is really all he needs to be doing, though. He's mostly in the game for his ultimate, trying in these fights to lock someone down that they can kill. Queen of Pain's obviously a good choice. Nature's Prophet, another option. He has finished his Hand of Midas at this point.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, one thing that we haven't really talked about as Black tries to TP out, and we see exactly what I want to say right here. They don't have any disables. None. Sprout is no disable. They can of course call with Berserker's Call if Axe would have actually spec'd that to try and break TPs, but that's all they have.
It's all about that Berserker's Call disable. That's the best stun in the game, Berserker's Call. Yeah, they don't have anything. Absolutely nothing. They're gonna have to get Scythes up on Teemo Wild and Kasai again.
Yeah.
We'll probably see those eventually, but it's, you know, it takes a while to get those kinds of things up, and until they have it, it's just real awkward. Quickfoot's just like, yeah, I'll put out in the bottom lane. Whatever.
Nothing you can do. And everybody can, in theory, right now, TP out in time unless Teemo Wild is there with a Sonic Wave. But you don't want to have to throw a Sonic Wave onto every kill that you might get, because you need to kill also people off just by, you know, by hitting them. By the way, Teemo Wild hasn't died yet this game, entire game. Also on the side of Mousesports, we still have Koikfa that hasn't died yet, neither has Black. And Black has been in 9 out of the 11 kills, quite impressive so far. He's got 1500 gold, almost got his Minthra Hammer ready, already has got the Ogre Club, of course. And now
yeah,
also...
his farming has slowed down quite a bit, actually.
Yeah. We have Mousesports Invis army. At least Fada was Invis and Synderen's Vendetta just ended, but they don't use it. They don't need to use it, to be fair.
Yeah, I think they want to make something happen here. They don't want to give time for these intelligence carries to sort of come online again with stuff like Scythes and Orchids, because it's going to make their fights a little bit harder, and they're moving down towards this bottom lane, it looks like. Maybe he'll get a gank on Illidan, but there are ports coming in, so they might be running into the entire team.
Yeah, in comes the Open Wound and the Roar. In comes also a Ness. He does have the Berserker Skull now, but it's too late to save his teammate. Here comes the rest. Nice nature scale. Sonic Wave will clean out Fada. Pass will go down as well. It's a 1-for-2 trade so far. Koikfa trying to get himself out. Will TP out. Will not rage for TPing though, but no need to because nobody can stop him anyways. And that's gonna be 2-for-1. Actually, good trade for VirtusPro. I mean, losing Razor, not the most ideal target, but because he wasn't really having an impact yet, it's always good to get more kills out of that one.
Yeah, and they got gold on some of the important heroes, like say, and Team My Wild. So things are still looking okay for them. Team My Wild's getting real close to that Orchid, only about 600 gold away. The Shadowblade's going to be coming up on the Ninja's Prophet momentarily. He's about 800 or 600 gold away from that as well. So yeah, or no, he's 800 gold. It's still going to be a little while before they have the big items. BKB still isn't up on Gyrocopter though, so they're not really under that much pressure.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. Mousesports, they were the ones to initiate in the bottom lane right now, but because it didn't work out, we're probably gonna see them just, you know, taking it a little bit easy until they need to be doing something again. VirtusPro, they are the ones that need to undertake some action right now. We do have both Queen of Pain and Nature's Prophet sitting on highest on net worth right now, but that's of course because of the towers they've been managing to take down. 2 towers down on side of Mousesports with only 1 tower down on the side of VirtusPro. Will soon change though because this bottom tier 1 is already very low. And Koikfa still on the hunt tier below there. On the bottom lane. 2 minutes behind average. Pretty decent if you're indeed offlaning. Nature's Prophet finding himself black. I'm not sure what Xi wants to do here. Not by himself, never mind. Double damage rune from Tame My Wild. Xi not able to get in range even at all. Nature's Prophet open will fly through and will actually steal the last hit from Tame My Wild. In the meantime, there is also a fight going on that kills off the 2 supports for VirtusPro. Roar actually being used for that as well. And that is Illidan trying to save Ness. And Ness though taking a ton of damage from that Poison Nova that Plus was able to steal. And down he goes. Sinrin still ends up going down to Illidan, gets open wounds, and Koikfa will be able to pick him up. Eye of the Storm or not, that's gonna be a kill on his side. Xi running himself out. In the end, it is a favorable trade for Mousesports in terms of numbers, but killing off Black might actually be worth losing your supports for, and you're a Razor that doesn't do anything anyways.
Yeah, they're having. So they traded kills kind of all over the map. It ended up being 3-2 in favor of Mouse, but they lost Black, and I don't think they can really afford that right now. They're going on Quakepa, he's just gonna port out.
It's so sad. Like now, okay, now Queen of Pain picks up an Orchid. That's gonna be great, but again, people can just run and TP with an Orchid on. Unless you get bursts down. Timwell's basically the only one that can really burst down people while they're trying to TP, but I mean, Arsard is someone that does damage over time with his ulti. That's his thing. And you can totally TP out from him. I mean, it hurts. Who's gonna, like, okay, Queen of Pain is getting the farm to get herself a Scythe of Ice at some point. Nature's Prophet possibly too. Who else, though? I think they need more.
They definitely need more. It's still just kind of close. It's gonna come down to really who can sort of get their carries, their core items faster, and I usually would bet on Mousesports. Oh, is he? Yeah.
That's an Orchid used. And in the meantime, Roar up in the mid lane, and Nest the target. Telekinesis there as well. No hope as Beastmaster takes down Fada. And Arsart able to run himself out of there. BKB ready up on Mousesports. We have the gold graph still sitting around even now. 500 gold in favor of Mousesports, that's really nothing. And experience graph is 300 experience difference. Woo! In favor of Mousesports.
This is dead even. And it just, yeah, like I was saying, it's just gonna come down to who can get their core items up on their carries first. I usually favor Mousesports. I think Black is a very solid farmer. Quakepa has also been showing his stuff. But if Queen of Pain, Nature's Prophet continue the pace they're putting out in farming, it looks like this game might be going towards VP and advantage Black.
He turns on his BKB. Is it gonna be enough though? He still takes a lot of damage. Does also do a lot of damage in return though. I mean, he goes down, but he makes sure that his team is probably gonna get Illidan here as well. One Axis would do the trick. Actually, Illidan, he is pretty fast with those face boots. Tries to TP himself out, but the Impale will be there to get the kill. 3 dead for 1. They get C with that as well, and his Nature's Prophet was actually a favorable trade in a way. They also saved their tower as Koikfa is gonna get chopped to death. Perhaps one more hit needed. Armlet toggling, that's gonna be a kill. Maybe with this kill in mind, it's actually not that favorable of a trade if we count this kill with the trade in the mid lane.
Yeah, they didn't kill Queen of Pain, but they lost Lifesteal, they lost Gyrocopter, so even though they got 3 kills, they lost their 2 important heroes, and I don't know if Mouse can afford to be doing that. Really, Quickvo just couldn't afford to get picked off in the top lane. Black did what he could. That's kind of the sign of a player who knows really what he is and isn't capable of doing, and Roar in the mid lane.
Yeah, Gale completely misses from Arsart. They will be able to get to NS. Now Arsart telekinesis there as well, while Synderen tries to TP out. Nice Poison Nova. Everybody TPs out.
Sweet Poison Nova, bro.
Yeah. We'll just TP out and heal up. It's fine. It's fine. I think they could have killed off Arsart too, but they were kind of scared for the rest coming in. I don't blame them though. Although Tamerwat was still in the top lane.
Yeah, so it's still just kind of a farm game. Anytime someone sees someone they know they can kill, there's been a little bit of aggression just to make sure they get the pick off on that hero. But both teams are trying to take full advantage of the map. Black is throwing out a homing missile mid lane. It's not going to really do anything. I don't know. It's still just kind of sitting around. I want to see the teams really get these items up and start trying to force these team fights where they are at an advantage. Black doesn't have the damage I think he wants yet, though.
No, I mean, he wants to farm more. As the Black we know, of course, but farming more is always good for him, and he has the freedom to do so too. I mean, they're not in any rush to try and take down VirtusPro, and they have the, in theory, the better late game. Of course, basically decided on heroes, and we know that doesn't mean anything if we actually get to late game though, but still, doing good. We have got Illidan going for an Ogre Club. I'm thinking maybe he still wants to go for a Sanjay Yasha, but BKB would be really nice as well, just to be able to withstand the damage coming out from Mousesports. I mean, you still have the Roar to, of course, be taken into account, but you're not going to get impaled and all that stuff. Nor cooldown telekinesis, that's all removed from the repertoire for Mousesports as soon as you pop that BKB.
Yeah, they definitely... I guess it's kind of the difference in the lineups is that Mouse has a ton of stuns. Yeah. So BKB can definitely be a very powerful pickup for heroes like Queen of Pain. She wants to be able to get in and out. She's got the Ghost Scepter up. It's an interesting pickup. There's definitely physical damage. You don't want to just get killed by Lifestealers, certainly. But there's a lot of stuns as well, so I think she needs to be worried about that. They're going for Roshan. This is taking a long time.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Ines is realizing this is going on with teams, so might be looking to do something against it. I mean, they don't have a medallion or anything. In comes the open wound. There goes a Sonic Wave. Synderen taking a lot of damage from that mechanism being popped though. Arsart trying to get himself out of there. It is already Synderen that drops first. That BKB on Black is about to wear off. He's trying to do as much damage as he can while still being alive. It's gonna be the Razor that dies. Fada lives for now. Nature's Prophet the one to die and buyback. TP's himself back to try and take down Fada, but Fada already TP'd himself out. Everybody TP's himself out. Queen of Pain still died. Roshan's still alive, however. Mousesports able to win that fight, though Black did get very low from it. But again, just everybody TP's himself out. It's just that simple. We only have one hero that actually did not die in that fight, which was Arsart.
Yeah, which is weird, but he kited Quakefa quite well, which is, I guess, one of the reasons you pick up Venomancer when you're going up against Lifesteal. Maybe that was the thought process, is that Gale doesn't get dispelled by Rage, so we can just, and also Gyrocopter likes to get BKB as well. So you just kind of Gale those two heroes, and then you can sort of stay out of range of them regardless during the fight. I don't know that it's working the way they want to. There's been a lot of discussion in chat about Venomancer and why he got picked, so I'm sort of mentioning that here. But yeah, it's still feels like VP, they really need some disables, it feels like. I don't know. The Venomancer, I kind of understand it for the BKB stuff, Black going in.
Yeah, he got found out. His attack damage is getting drawn fast, though. He has to get himself out of this one. Nice roar up on the nest. It will still be Synderen to die because Illidan just stole himself a ton of damage. We'll be able to get the Aegis from Black as well. Look at the damage he's doing to Koikfa. Now he has to back off, though. Open wound there. Black is alive once more. In comes Tamar Wild. Looks for a target. Doesn't have But no, now he decided to get the Orchid up on the Beastmaster, TPs himself out, but the Berserker Skull to cancel that one, and that's the one thing that they can do with the Berserker Skull. They got 2 kills out of that one, and a tier 1 tower to boot in the mid lane. And that's gonna be a 3 HP tower to get fortified. How nice. There we go. Team Wild got lucky with the last hit on the tower. Got ourselves 1400 gold. And I mean, that's a very fast... I mean, Aegis, of course, only just picked up and already being taken down by VirtusPro. That's a pretty good fight for them.
Yeah, VP taking a fight back. They got a couple kills for free, and they also got the Aegis. So, like, yeah, sure. Why not? Gyrocopter's working towards probably an MKB now, so Black is going to start getting some damage, and he really needs it. The damage drain from Razor is making things very difficult for either him or the Lifestealer every fight.
Wow.
Just trades.
Yeah, trading Sonic Waves in the mid lane here. A pass. Having a nice steal again. We have a gem fallen, by the way, by Queen of Pain dying. Side C drops now as well. The gem will go to the hands of Mousesports. I don't think it wasn't a gem that was that old, I believe. Nah, it's still on cooldown, so it was only a gem that was picked up about 4 minutes ago. And that's gonna be pretty painful, because that was helping VirtusPro to get more map control back. And they just gave away all of their map control, and even gave Mousesports more map control than they had before. So, pretty important pick-up for Mousesports. Yes, they still lose Koifa, but worth it, taking down 2 of the highest farmers on the map for VirtusPro. They're not gonna try to force out anything with it, though. Because, or at least they shouldn't, because they don't need to. But they could, if they really wanted to. And actually, they are going mid. Queen of Pain still dead for another 10 seconds. 16 seconds for Xi.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're not going to actually force the tower. These heroes are going to be up in the near future, and they don't want to get caught by a Nature's Prophet port immediately upon respawn, and then they're, like, really overcommitted to a fight they didn't need to take in the first place. Black is just going to port to the bottom lane, go back to farming. Starting to run out of BKB charges. He's down to 7 seconds, but he's doing okay. He's getting closer and closer to that MKB. Again, assuming that's what he's going for and not the Daedalus first.
Ooh, infest on one of the Treants from Koifa, who's very low, but not anymore. And we'll probably end up going down. Or no, here comes Spada with the roar, but they wild. Koifa still alive. Armor tunneling, and that is actually successful. They pick up the Queen of Pain. In comes Illidan, Sandward gets placed down by Sinrin, seeing if he can find someone with Shadow Blades. It is going to be Mousesports that run themselves out. The Eye of the Storm popped by Illidan is not going to do anything, and he's actually getting slowed down by the boar right now. That's a very heavy slow, by the way, 35%. Maybe they can do something. They don't have a roar anymore. They do have a telekinesis, though, and a Sonic Wave in 10 seconds. That could be rewarding them with the kill if they just get the... Oh, no. They can't. Never mind that. That's no kill. That is... Mousesports taking down the Queen of Pain, though, and of course saving their Lifestealer was the most important thing there. In the meantime, in the mid lane, Black with a cooldown, can't find targets anymore. Everybody runs, and Ness runs as well as Xi, and that is gonna be that.
Yeah, they just get some kills there. Queen of Pain going down was pretty huge, and of course saving Koifa's life. You don't want to be losing the Lifestealer any more than you have to. He's picked up a Sange. I'm kind of assuming it's going to go in Sange and Yasha. There's some small chance it also goes into Heaven's Halberd. I don't know that that's super good here. It could be okay against Razor once he's stolen a lot of damage, or Nature's Prophet depending on what he ends up picking up next. Looks like he's going for Scythe though, so he still doesn't do that much damage.
Yeah, I actually hope that it will be a Sange and Yasha, and of course most important thing is to get away from the static link from the Razor. Just get that movement speed up.
Yes.
But yeah, we will see what he ends up going for. He's not the highest farmer on the map, but he does have, yeah, actually he already has the Blade of Leprosy and the Bracers, Band of Elven Skin. So he just needs the recipe for that one. We have a 4-staff almost done up on Sinrin. Fada has got his Blink Dagger next to his mechanism, and Black is just topping that net worth chart like a boss, because he's 3k higher than actually the highest farmer that is second to him, which is Xi.
And his MKB is also on the courier right behind him, so he'll have that momentarily. Gives him some more damage. There it is.
Nice. Yeah, he's pretty scary right now, if he wasn't before. Oh, wait a second, in the mid lane, and Ness, what you doing there? You're on the wrong side of a tower, and you're all by yourself. 4 heroes of Mousesports now running top. They won't be able to defend their tower anymore. We do have Sidran coming in. Gets a Sonic Wave, goes down. Nicely done by Tema Wild. In comes Fada though. He doesn't have a Roar anymore, but they do have a Lift and a Fate Bolt and a Scream. Actually a Blink by Pass, who now has 2 Blinks, so that's going to be awesome. If he wants to, he can Blink after Tema Wild again. And that should be Tema Wild trying to blink himself away. There's another Blink. Just blink galore, really. Ghost Scepter will try to help out. Another Scream comes in. Here comes Pass with the Fate Bolt. Queen of Pain. 20 HP left. Do they have another Blink? The homing missile. Boo! Doesn't get the kill, but Pass comes in and the Axis with the kill. Gale upon Pass. In comes Arsart. That's gonna be also Poison Nova upon Pass, who just blinks himself out of there. Does take it will go down though. That's gonna be a nice one there. Gem drops, but Fada wanted to pick it up. Did pick it up. Blinks himself out. Nicely done. On the run still, he's a little bit slower than Illidan. There will not be a static link though, that's on cooldown. And you can't really continue chasing this, wisely so, because otherwise of course you would run into a lot of heroes from Mousesports and you might lose more than just your Queen of Pain. Because that's of course what they lost, the Queen of Pain in the end. What a chase!
Yeah, and so they trade Queen of Pain for Rubik with that chase. They actually keep their gem. Fada picks it up and blinks out. So like, yeah, Arsart looks like he's going down as well now.
Yep, got roared, pull down, Rocket Barrage, Black dominating 7 to 2 to 12, so he's been in 19 out of the 30 kills. Yes, there's 30 kills up for Mousesports indeed. That is almost 1 per minute, so that's pretty decent for them. And of course it started at minute 1 with that also.
Yeah, they were kills before the first minute, so yeah, it's looking good for Mousesports if they can keep getting kills like that. Queen of Pain starting to die a little bit. She's sort of stagnated in terms of farm. Hasn't really picked up anything in quite some time. The Scythe of Ice does come out now from the Nature's Prophet, so that helps them a little bit. They'll have 1 more disable, and they're really sorely lacking for them. Like we've mentioned all game, they just don't have any. It will help them quite a bit whenever they want to try and get kills on, particularly the Lifestealer, who's kind of been armlet toggling them, and they've been sitting there like, well, wish we had something to stop this.
Yep. Wish we could actually do some disables there, but no, not yet. No Scythe of Ice up. Oh, Nature's Prophet has his actually, but that's
yes.
yeah, my bad. So yeah, I mean, getting there slowly but steadily. I wonder how much time they have though, because Black at some point he'll have a Satanic. He now already has. I mean, he has the Helmet of Dominator, and he'll be able to just stand there, turn on his BKB, and just hit everybody, and everybody will die. And they can't do anything to him apart from hexing him. But of course, that's what his BKB is for. And he'll be basically untouchable. 12 minutes later, but he has it though. Have to look at the bright side, I guess. But yeah, he's been shut down heavily. He died 8 times this game.
Yeah, Razor has been struggling as per usual with Razor, since he's a hero that I think is designed to struggle. I feel like I don't know what Razor does still. He's not having a great game. He had some moments of brilliance where he was able to like steal a lot of damage and kind of negate one of those heroes on the side of Mousesports, one of the carries who's trying to like deal a lot of right-click damage, but with both Lifestealer and Gyrocopter, he can't take it all. He can't take all the damage from everyone, so yeah, shout out to the Corsair website once again for the competition, since Angel was posting it in the chat.
Yep. Just head yourself over to gc.corsair.com/competition. It's not that hard. 2 minutes break apparently needed for VirtusPro.
2 minutes?
2 minutes. And we count. But yeah, it's still 3k in favor of Mouse, but really, that's nothing. Experience graph is going to be a lot more telling though. Of course, that's the result of Mousesports getting all those kills. 10k in their favor, which then translates into the levels, of course, that we see, where Black is level 20 and the highest level upon VirtusPro is level 17. And there's actually 2 on level 17 for VirtusPro, but also 2 on level 17 for Mousesports. So it's yeah, it's kind of painful for VirtusPro to be in this situation, considering they wanted to go for early game aggression, can't do it, couldn't do it, tried it, but failed at it. And we'll see if they can if they can still take it back.
Oh, so NS said go and then unpaused, and Syndrome was like, whoa, bro. We weren't ready.
Yeah, and
We
then
didn't say
Pada tried to type a capital letter G, but then typed an H instead. Awesome.
Alright, alright. So we're back to it.
Yep.
Roshan respawning in 1 minute.
That will be a
Expect to see
fight.
Yeah, I expect to see an engagement there. Mousesports are going to want it, and they have the advantage on the map right now. So the presumption is that they will have the best shot of getting it. But you never know, and here comes the gank on mid lane, but Cinderid's already here.
Yep, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Here comes the Sonic Wave. Black takes a lot of damage, turns on his BKB. Aurora up on the Razor, who also turned on his BKB, and Cinderid will be the first one to die. And then actually it is Mousesports to back off. Rocket Barrage still does some damage to tame out Wild, but Black, he is the one to go down second. In comes the Sonic Wave for pass, picks up the Queen of Pain and a gem again. Fada gonna be the next target, can't get himself out. Axis just in time, and it's the Axis comeback. Gets rid of the trees from Nature's Prophet, still ends up going down though. That Eye of the Storm doing work right now for Illidan, and Koifa gets Static Link, can't really do anything here anymore by himself, gets locked inside trees, and will now also drop. See, he actually is in a lot of trouble right now. Another gem dies, falls on the floor. Xi three-piece himself out. Who has all those gems? Pass has got 1 gem, and the other gem is still on the floor. Awesome.
Yeah, Palace has the VP gem, and VP don't seem to have known. Well, there's a ping from NS saying that there's a gem there. So it's a really good fight for VP to take.
Yeah.
It's going to force out buybacks if they have them. They don't want to give up Roshan for free. And here they come. So we're going to see the continuation of this engagement because they don't want to give away Roshan right now.
Arsart already TPing himself home. VirtusPro know what time it is. NS getting dropped to the high ground might be offering him a chance to get himself away unharmed. They go for Illidan, they kill him off. Very clean and simple. A lot of trios to take down as well, but the rest of VirtusPro was able to back themselves off in time. Pass checks on the high ground if there's still an axe around here, but that's not the case. And should someone come in, there will be of course a telekinesis, and that should be keeping the Roshan down. Again though, the Roshan goes down.